Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. I can't believe I'm sitting down to film my best of the year series. Every single year I sit down and pull together the top products that I tried out this year. I have all of my favorite affordable and drugstore products laid out for today's episode. I'm going to be doing a high-end version, then I always love to share hair, skin, nail, body products in the third episode. So let's just dive right in. We are talking drugstore and affordable makeup today and I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite primers that I discovered this year, period. It's the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I feel like this lives up to the hype. It's like the best of all worlds for me. It smooths the pores. It kind of has a little bit of like a hydrating feel at first. It's not too tacky, but grippy enough to where you really feel the longevity of your makeup. It's so beautiful, and I just feel like my skin is really happy. My makeup always looks good when I wear this. This is by far my most used drugstore primer this year. Even though it launched a little bit later this year, I haven't put it down really since it launched. I love it. This is by far my favorite drugstore foundation right now. It is so good, you guys. If you haven't tried this, now is your chance. You have to. Like, I just feel like there's not a person that wouldn't like this, in my opinion. This is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint with vitamin C. This stuff is so beautiful. I'm wearing it all over the skin right now. It has longevity, it has coverage, it's lightweight, it's skin-like somehow. It's just so good. My only complaint is the packaging. It just gets so messy. This type of packaging with a dropper is just not my favorite, so I wish more than anything that it had a pump. Maybe if any of you out there know of a pump that would fit this bottle, let me know in the comments, because I actually would definitely switch it out if I had something. But I love this. I feel like you can amp it up and make it more glam if you want to, like I did today, or it's amazing for every day. So 10 out of 10 on that for me. This little under eye corrector is so beautiful. I love how thin the formula is, but it still gives a really nice brightening effect under the eyes. I just really like how if you're gonna layer a brightening product under the eyes, it's nice to know that it's not gonna like overpower your under eye area with product. And this one in the shade Rose brightens up my under eye area perfectly. I'm actually wearing this mixed in with a concealer that I'll talk about in my high-end version of this video. I actually mixed the two today and used that as my concealer, and I love how it turned out. This is just so nice. I love it. It feels so luxurious. I actually really like the packaging on that as well. So top tier. This is a product that Mr. Johnny Ross told me about. A lot of these actually are what he told me about. I feel like he has such good taste in makeup, especially from the drugstore. So kudos to him for showing me all of these. But this is the NYX, if it will focus, hello, the HD Studio powder. Now this is a finishing powder. I wouldn't recommend using this if you like to kind of like pack the face with powder. This is definitely something where you want to use a fluffy brush and just kind of buff it into the skin or use it underneath the eyes. I tend to use it underneath the eyes because it's so lightweight, it's insane. It literally like dissipates into the air, that's how lightweight it is. But it's beautiful and I love how affordable it is. So if you've been looking for like a nice, really lightweight but effective powder, especially around the eye area, this is a great one to check out. For bronzers, I have a few products. This little number right here is so good. This is a Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Bronzer. It's exactly what it says. It's a liquid bronzer, and I just feel like it looks so good on the skin. A little goes a long way. I just literally use this as my cream bronzer. So the packaging is kind of like finicky because you do have to apply it to the back of the hand. And then with a brush, I would recommend. You can see how beautifully it shears out. So don't be terrified at like how it comes out of the tube. It really shears out in such a nice way. I love it. You could also technically mix this into like a foundation if you're wanting to kind of like bronze up the shade a bit. So there's a few ways you can use it. I use it as a liquid bronzer. Again, a little goes a long way, but it's really worth checking out. I think it's so nice. This next one I hesitated to put in here because I just don't know if it's around anymore. The LA Girl Matte Bronzer with like the two tones in it. This is the Sunset Glow Bronzer. I'm gonna briefly mention it because I love this so much. I love that you can dip into both sides. It's such a gorgeous formula. It's like buttery. It's seriously stunning, but every time I try to link it, I can't find it. So this might be something that you have to find in store. Maybe it's discontinued. I don't know. So I won't spend too much time on it, but if you do see this, buy it, and hopefully it's not discontinued. I don't know. The Essence Contouring Duo Palette should not be slept on. This is so inexpensive. I think it was like $3. Maybe I'm crazy, but I genuinely think that it was that inexpensive. This is so beautiful and I love using it on the face, but I actually use this like crazy on the eyes. I use this shade right here to kind of contour the eye a little bit. So it's what you see right here. I do have an eyeshadow palette on, but I love using this on the eyes, and it's great on the face as well, so really versatile that way. It's crazy how much I use this. I did not think I would just by looking at the pan, but I love it. This was another Mr. Johnny Ross recommendation, and it's seriously top notch. It's so good. To be honest, for affordable brands, I feel like Moira is absolutely killing it. They melted my heart with so many launches this year. This is one of them, the Moira Dreamlight Highlighter. The only shade I've tried, and they sent me every single shade, but the only shade I've tried and I love it is Honeysuckle. It has like the slightest pink reflect to it, and I love that. It's like a pearly pink, and it's so pretty on the cheeks. It definitely is more of a beaming highlight, but I like that. It's just so pretty. I am obsessed. Moira, like, seriously is doing such a good job. Speaking of Moira, I've got some blushes. I realized I did the highlighter before blush, but I've got some liquid blushes from Moira that I love so much. These are really similar to the Rare Beauty blushes if you want, like, a dupe. My two favorite shades are 01 Forever Mine, which is just a really nice, classic, like, peachy pink. It's so pretty. And Ideally, which is a classic like mid-toned, cool tone pink. They're beautiful on their own, but I actually mix them together quite a bit, which I'll show you what that color ends up being. Look how pretty that is. Kind of gets the best of both worlds with something like this. So I just love it. It blends out beautifully. It's really foolproof. It's not like a scary liquid blush where it can get out of control really quickly. I mean, a little does go a long way, but these are phenomenal. Also from Moira, their super hype liquid pigments are so good. These come in so many different shades. Some of them are shimmery, some of them are matte. I just have one right here. I will have all my favorite shades listed down below for you guys if you want to try out more. This one is 01 My Way. This makes a great eyeshadow base for my skin tone because it's just like a really light taupe color. So it kind of cancels out any discoloration on the eyes and lightly sculpts around the eyes as well, which I love. But these are so beautiful. Moira seriously makes such good stuff. I am obsessed with them. Then they launched the Space Chameleon liquid shadows. Look at these, you guys. Are these not insane? Like, seriously, they're so pretty. They have quite a few, but my favorite is Estella and Chameleon. I'm actually wearing Estella all over the eyelid today, so that's all the sparkle that you see. It's this right here. It's so pretty. They all have such beautiful reflex, and I find that they have such a beautiful, like, just shimmer to them. Like, look, they're so pretty, and they last all day on the lids. I have nothing bad to say about those. I love them. I will say I do like to apply them to the back of my hand and then pick them up with a fluffy brush and like kind of buff and then pat the glitter onto the eyes with this formula. That's just how I found it to apply best. I realized I don't have like a brand new mascara from the drugstore that I love, like a new one that I tried that stuck into my routine, but I will say this lash primer, the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High, is so nice. It especially works well with the Sky High mascara, but I paired it with another mascara today and it works really well with other mascaras. It's just nice, and I like how it's not a white base. You know how a lot of lash primers are actually white? This one is almost like a light black or dark gray, but it's really, really good. And I feel like it actually does make a difference in the volume of my mascara, which I really like. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Even though it's not a mascara, I do feel like it's worth checking out if you're looking for a drugstore lash primer. On the topic of lashes, however, this was a breakthrough discovery for me, and I can't take credit for it, okay? Danielle Estrada on TikTok got me hooked on these lashes, and I will never go back. So these are the Ardell Naked Lashes in the style 420, but the thing is, you cut them in half and use them as half lashes. She's the one who taught me this, and it is insane. I've got the lashes on my eyes right now. It just gives the perfect amount of like lift and almost like a soft cat eye effect because it's focusing on the outer corners. I love these so much. And it's so nice because you can buy a pack like this and it's gonna get you twice as far because you just use one lash and you can reuse them. So really, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. And I'm not somebody who wears false lashes. My eye shape is really tricky, and I feel like certain lashes can like swallow my eyes really fast, and these are some of the best I found, if not my like favorite ever. So highly recommend checking those out. We've got a few lip products to talk about. I've got 3 lip liners that really just did the most this year from the drugstore. We've got the Color Sensational lip liner from Maybelline in the shade Nude Whisper. It's a really beautiful, like cool toned pinky peachy beige is the best way I can say it. Look how pretty that is. It's so nice. It lightly sculpts the lips, at least for me and my skin tone. It's really, really nice. It's great for when you want to add shape back into the lips, but you don't want it to like be actual super defining lip liner. It's going to sculpt and contour, but not be too obvious. And there's just certain occasions where it's really nice to have that. I would say my top lip liner from the drugstore this year has to be the Rimmel Cappuccino lip liner. This is so good. You guys know I can't stop wearing it. Like the color is just divine. It's a beautiful mauvey brown. I'm obsessed with it. It pairs with absolutely everything. I love this color so much. The formula is like, I like other formulas a little bit better from the drugstore. It's a little bit on the waxy side, but I look past it because the color is worth it. And then the last one is a formula that you guys know I love, the NYX Suede Pencils in the shade Maison. This is a beautiful brown. Again, you can see I have a trend here. As I'm swatching these, I'm like, well, I clearly have a taste in lip liners. So that's that one, literally basically the same. Well, this one's a little bit more cool toned than the Rimmel, just slightly. It's a little bit more like taupe. But basically, you're gonna get a very similar effect. I always think it's funny doing these videos because when I swatch lip products by each other, I'm like, oh, well, we see what colors I like. I love having all three. I use all three. But yeah, those are my top lip liner picks of the year. For lipstick, Mr. Johnny Ross got me hooked on this. This is the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in the shade 42. It's just the most beautiful peachy pink. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. And it works with so many lip liners, which I love. Plus the formula is so nice, just like 10 out of 10. Then the L'Oreal matte lipsticks, these are so nice. Such a good drugstore formula. And it comes in so many incredible shades. My top shade though is number 113, Le Nude Admirable. This is such a pretty like pillow talk kind of a color. It's a gorgeous mauve and a nice matte formula. It's so pretty. I love this one. Then for glosses, I am in love with the Morphe glosses. I actually couldn't find the specific shade in the peach one that I was looking for. It must be in a purse somewhere. I will have the right shade linked down below. But these drip glass formulas are so nice. I tend to reach for the glazed formula more than the drenched. The glazed just means it's less pigmented. So I love the clear one, and then I love, as I drop it, I love the peachy one too, but I'll have it linked down below for you. This lifter gloss is so good, you guys. The formula we already know and love, right? But the gummy bear shade is like my favorite right now. It's so nice. It's basically just like a bubblegum pink gloss, which I love because there's certain times where I just want to kind of lighten up my lip look and give it like that jelly kind of finish, and that's where it's at. This is so good. I love it very, very much. Those are my top lippies from the drugstore by far. Then I've got some brow pencils. It's been a long time since I've had like new brow products from the drugstore in my yearly favorites because I stuck to like the Milani ones for years. And you know, I still wear those, but this is so nice. The pencil itself is so thin. This is the Maybelline Express Brow, and I use the shade Deep Brown. It's perfection. It's so beautiful. It's not too waxy, which is a problem that I've run into in the past with drugstore brow pencils. It's just so good. Like, I highly recommend trying this if you need a new brow pencil. And then this right here, this is a little hidden gem. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Brazilian Brow Lift Brow Gel. It's literally the Patrick Ta brow gel. I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Like, it's actually the same applicator. So the shorter one is the Physicians Formula and then the tall one is Patrick Ta. It's literally the same. It's so nice, and it's just one of those really strong hold brow gels. A little goes a long way with this, but I love this stuff. Like, it's such a strong hold brow gel. It's definitely by far the most intense drugstore brow gel I've tried personally. Most drugstore brow gels just kind of like fall flat for me, but this actually holds your brow hairs in place all day. It's really great. I wanted to also mention the Morphe Continuous Prep and Set Mist with the ceramides. I don't know if the ceramides are doing much for me or what, but like it is technically a new product, even though they just kind of like sprinkled in some extras into the original formula. But I really, really love it. This is what I've got all over my face to set today. It was just like a reminder that this kind of aerosol mist is really nice to have. And the formula is great. Like, it just kind of melts all of the makeup into the skin and makes everything look so fresh. So I have been using that like all year or since it launched, and I love it. Well, that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed seeing my top drugstore picks, well, and affordable with Moira, I suppose. But these are by far the best affordable products I tried this year. They're incredible. They compete with my high-end. Some of them I use more than my high-end products. So I really hope this was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I fell in love with this year from the drugstore. Let me know what you fell in love with this year from the drugstore, okay? I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. I'm always looking for new, great, affordable products. So if there's something that you know I've never tried, please let me know in the comments. I would love to dive into the drugstore even more in 2024. So let me know what I'm missing out on. And yeah, let me know if you end up trying any of my recommendations, because truly, like, these are top notch. So if you try anything, come back and let me know what you think. I hope you guys love these as much as I do. Stay tuned for my high-end video and also the hair, skin, nails / body video coming very soon. I always look forward to filming these videos. They're so fun for me, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's drugstore episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.